happenings one Luzerne County family told about put their home in the national spotlight back in the 80s. Their tales of terror had experts and curiosity seekers from all over flocking to that house where the Smurls live. The so-called possessed place is what makes this one of Newswatch 16's biggest stories. Scary scenes from the nightmare. Just a flick to most, but to the Smurls, they really lived it. 1986, Jack and Janet Smurl went public with a story of demons invading their West Pittston home.
Being made afraid to live is what it has come down to.
Jack Smurl told of the living nightmare, one that included levitations, screams in the night, his kids and dogs thrown around by ghouls, and a violent ghost that raped him.
Pick the mattress up and drop it, but very rapidly, like this. Like that. Like it looks like a carpet, just like a carpet, like you would, a housewife would have a carpet and shaking it out.
You go to bed waiting, listening to make sure that the children will not be hurt.
The haunted hoopla drew the crowds here. It was a circus atmosphere outside. Reporters, photographers, the curious. The late Scranton actor Jason Miller, who played the priest in the movie The Exorcist, made a cameo back then. Even these self-proclaimed scientists tried to get into the possessed place. They were not successful, but these demonologists from Connecticut were. This pair tried to rid evil spirits with the presence of God. After a night in the Smurl home, their reaction?
It's very powerful. It's invisible. I don't care if you want to call it a devil or a ghost or a demon. There's something in this home which has the intelligence to inflict physical and psychological harm upon this family.
Then a famous mentalist got into the act. The amazing Kreskin set out to downplay the demons and show the mind is stronger than the ghost.
I want all of you now to think of the most violent thought you can imagine.
Oh, God.
Their emotions shattered, the Smurls turned to this priest. He studied unusual phenomenon in New York and felt chasing the spirits out and exorcism was the last resort. Just like the demons, the Smurl story wouldn't go away. The National Enquirer printed their tale of terror. Then this newspaper reporter wrote a book. The family's fright also played out in this TV movie. Finally, after priests performed 3 exorcisms here, the Smurls say the phenomenon left, and shortly afterwards, so did they. Today, some 15 years later, all seems quiet at the former Smurl home in West Pittston. I talked with a family relative who tells me the Smurls still live in the area, but they don't want to relive their horror. That horror apparently died with the ghosts back in the 1980s. And that's what makes this one of Newswatch 16's biggest stories.